Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Thursday, January 16th. We get halfway through this month of January. We've got NBA college basketball going on today. And it's been pretty interesting so far. The NBA is turning into who's sitting out without being on the injury report. As you can definitely see some guys around that 40-game mark getting a little bit tired as we get halfway through the season. And they're still a little over a month away, from the All-Star break, where they can get a little bit of a break there. College basketball definitely getting into form here. We're in conference play here in January, so a lot of good stuff going on. Let's get you started with what we've got for the day. We will start off in college basketball as we normally do. 7 o'clock Eastern time, number 20 Michigan at Minnesota, one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. This one's a little, we really like Michigan in this spot. We are a little concerned here that Minnesota might be able to keep this within the number. I think Michigan's got one of those wins, no problem at all, but we do like Michigan in this spot. Just might be a little tighter on the cover than we prefer. Michigan -5 in the first half, -9.5 for the game. Next game up, another Big Ten matchup for us. 7 o'clock, I believe 7 o'clock Eastern time as well, as soon as we can get to the dang game here. There are a ton of lower level games today, so just keep that in mind as well. It's going to be Nebraska at home, where we love Nebraska at home pretty much all year long, and it is my fault at 9 o'clock Eastern time against Rutgers and the two diaper dandies, like I said, between Mr. Bailey and Mr. Harper, definitely going to go top 5 picks this year. Both those guys are outstanding. It's just been the rest of the team. Rutgers did get a win against UCLA like they thought they would, and then they get beat up again. The road's been a definite struggle. We love Nebraska in this spot. Nebraska -4.5 first half and -8.5 for the game in that one. Next game up, also 9 o'clock Eastern time. Local team for us here, Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, hosting Abilene Christian. GCU, the Lopes, 13.5-point favorite. They did start out of the chute a lot slower than anticipated this season. I would not be surprised, though, if this team wins a conference tournament and gets into the dance this year as well. We love GCU at this spot here, laying the 13.5. Give us GCU -7 first half, -13.5 for the game. One more college basketball game on the board for us, and that is going to be Gonzaga Bulldogs going to Oregon State here. Gonzaga favored by 9.5. They've had some struggles on the road. This is a game, though, I think they should win by 15 pretty easily here. So only laying the 9.5. We like this spot, even though on the road hasn't been as dominating for them as home has been. So give us Gonzaga -5 first half, 9.5 for the game. Now we'll get into the NBA. Very light slate in the NBA today. We've got, I think 5 games. Now, we also get a rematch of the Cavs and Thunder, which we saw last week, which was probably maybe the best game all season long in the NBA, so that's the good news. So only 5 games, but we do get a little slighted in that one, but we do get the big game there. So let's give you the matchups here. First one up, 7:10 Eastern time. These pitiful-ass Phoenix Suns, and yes, they are pitiful. They make a trade, I guess, for Nick Richards and give up a bunch of more second-round picks. I don't understand what's going on. Folks, it's time to trade KD. Like, get what you get for him. If the Rockets are still interested and somehow you could get Jalen Green out of that mix, I think you got something to work with. If you're just getting picks, I understand, but they've got to do something, and it's time to really implode this. Unfortunately, the owner's not going to let that happen, so we're going to be stuck forever in double apron hell, not being able to make any moves whatsoever here. Suns are favored by 10.5, 11.5, depending on where you're looking. And to be really honest, we really like the Wizards plus the points in this one. The Suns haven't been able to cover against the bad teams or even win. On the road, they've been even more horrendous. So give us the Wizards here. We'll hope they keep it within 10. Plus 3.5 first quarter, 6.5 first half, and 10.5 for the game. Jordan Poole, 22-plus points. 4+ threes and 5+ threes, as Phoenix has one of the worst three-point defenses out there. Kevin Durant. So if you guys have been watching the show for the last month plus, this thing has been an ATM. Kevin Durant under 2.5 threes made, Most time he's barely even shooting 3 to 4 threes. On the night he shoots 9 or 10, he still only seems to make 2. So under 2.5 threes for Kevin Durant. Jordan Poole under 3.5 turnovers as Phoenix doesn't turn anybody over as well. Next game up for us, Pistons, Pacers. Let's see, in Detroit, Pistons 2.5-point favorite. Cade Cunningham finally has woken up over the last few weeks and decided that he does need to score in order for them to win. Thank you very much. Jaden Ivey, of course, went down, which I think he's not dishing the ball as much. I mean, if Cade's got superstars around him, he's one of the better passers in the league. But with this team, he has to score. And he's got to score 25 a night. He's well capable of doing so. He puts up 30-point performances when he actually is shooting the ball like clockwork. So just player props for us in this one. Cade Cunningham, 25-plus points, 30-plus points, 3-plus threes and 4-plus threes. Jalen Duren against one of the worst rebounding teams in the league in the Pacers, 10-plus rebounds. And Tyrese Halliburton, 2+ turnovers. I think they'll be able to turn Halliburton over a little bit if Halliburton plays. Didn't play in the last game, so we'll see. He has supposedly a game-time decision going into that one. Next game up, 7:30 Eastern time. Then we get the game of the day, Cavs, Thunder. So if we go back to last week's matchup with the Thunder, they were going in on a 15-game winning streak. Cavs were coming in on a 10-game winning streak. Thunder obviously lost, but they did cover first quarter, first half, how we like to play. So they took 2 out of 3 of those. The Cavs were just too much for them on the inside. Here's the bad news. No Hartenstein tonight. So I expect definitely the Thunder to struggle with that interior presence of the Cavs. Having Josh Allen and Evan Mobley, and Mobley's really tried to turn his game up almost to all-star level so far this season. We've loved him in a lot of player props from almost the entire year. Now he's getting a little pricey as his points normally per night is 20 rather than 15. Donovan Mitchell finally broke out of his shooting slump in the last game where he had been scoring under 23 points and 3 or under threes for like 2 solid weeks. He came out and blitzed it in the first half, ended up with 30+. His line actually went down tonight, shockingly enough, after coming off that performance. His point line, normally 23.5, went down to 21.5. So we stayed away from that one as it got a little bit tighter. We love the Thunder in this spot. I honestly think the way it sits now, the Thunder are the best team in the NBA when they get healthy. Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren are going to be a big portion of that. For those two, they're going to need that interior presence to keep up with Cleveland, to keep up with, let's say, the Nuggets, to keep up with the Celtics as well out east. They're gonna need guys in the middle against Sengun and the Rockets. The rest of the teams out west, God knows what they're doing right at the moment, right? So maybe even against the Grizzlies. I don't expect the Grizzlies to kind of maintain where they're at, but so on and so forth. But anyway, we'll give you the plays here in the Thunder game. We love the Thunder today. Like I said, -0.5 first quarter, 1.5 first half, 2.5 for the game. SGA 30+ points. Evan Mobley, 20+ points. SGA, 10+ first quarter points. All right, OKC team total, 120+. It is plus money. It seems like every time the Cavs play a better team, like defenses almost go out the window a little bit, and it ends up being a track meet back and forth. SGA, 2+ threes. Darius Garland for the Cavs, 7+ assists, as he should be throwing the ball to the big guys a lot early and often. And Donovan Mitchell, 4+ turnovers in that game there. Then we get to one of the 2 later games. That's 8 o'clock out here in Phoenix, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Kings hosting the Rockets. Rockets coming off the back-to-back. They were smoke and fire last night as they beat the Nuggets on the road. Now they go to Sacramento. Sacramento favored by 4 here, mainly because of the back-to-back. Rockets, second-best team in the West, basically, at the moment. In this one, I understand it's the back-to-back. Jalen Green has been fire as of late, so it is hard for me to lay off the Rockets because they play better defense than the Kings. And right now, they're better offensively. So give us the Rockets plus 1.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4 for the game. De'Aaron Fox, this has been an ATM for us here the last few weeks as well. Under 24.5 points and under 2.5 threes. Jalen Green, 23+ points, 30+ points, 3 plus 3s, 4 plus 3s, and 5 plus 3s, as Jalen's been making us some serious coin over the lately here. And we are going to play Sabonis for a triple-double. I could not believe the odds when we saw this. Earlier, it was plus 750 on FanDuel for a Sabonis triple-double. That's a lot. I understand, maybe the assists will be tough. The rebounds shouldn't be. And we know he's going to get to 10 points. So now we got to to get 10 assists, we're getting plus 750 money. Couldn't go away from it for Sabonis triple-double on that one as well. Last game of the night, Clippers, Trailblazers. Clippers coming off the back-to-back. Now they're up to a 7-point favorite on the road at Portland. Portland's actually not that bad at home, folks. I mean, you know what I mean? So, and the Clippers aren't like tearing the roof off of anything. Their record's a lot better than what we anticipated with Kawhi being out for so long in this one here. But we actually like the Trailblazers at home. Plus 2 in the first quarter, 4.5 first half, 6.5 for the game. Norman Powell, who's been unbelievable for the Clippers so far this season. We're going to go under 25.5 points and 3.5 threes. Shaden Sharp, we expect to have a big game. At home, his home road splits. It definitely favors the home side. 20-plus points, 3 plus 3s, 4 plus 3s. And wouldn't you know it, James Harden turnovers are down to 4 after he didn't cash one for us last night at 5 turnovers. All of a sudden back down to 4. Back in that money well. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. How do we get to see all those bets? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online. TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Once you click on the link, go to the basketball 2024-2025 tab. Scroll down to January 16th. You'll be able to see all the bets that we just went through, what juice we got those bets at, how many units we wagered, and also what book we did place those at as well. So make sure you check that out when you get some time. Do you like the content that you're seeing here? Like to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. And we'll show up in your followers and subscriptions tab, or make life simpler than that. Turn on those notifications for that social media platform you're watching us on, and get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. Also, private Discord channel is available for you out there. You need to subscribe to us through TikTok. Yes, it is a few bucks per month. If you're wagering over $100, $50, $100 a month, you need this in order to help you make money. There is no reason to continue to give money to books when you can make a little bit of change as well. Even if you're a lower end, it does not matter. Like, giving them $100 a month is pointless when you can sit there and maybe make $100 a month, right? So we're going to help you in the Discord channel. You're going to get all the information from us way ahead of before we put it out for the public. In fact, the basketball bets, the Discord channel got them about 4.5 hours before we put them out for the public. Not only that, you get ahead of the line moves and juice moves that way. Ask a lot more questions, and we get those to you as quickly as possible. Plus, there's a lot of members in our Discord channel that can show you their tickets. You can post yours, ask questions. We're all here to help you out. Whether you're a novice player or you've been doing it a minute, that's a great place for you to be. Subscribe to us through TikTok at Sports Bets for Free. Once you do, we will send you the Discord invite, and then you'll be all set up ready to go. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.